Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Gaudet Field here in Middletown, Rhode Island, where the Salve Regina University Seahawks will be taking on the Pilgrims of New England College in a non-conference women's lacrosse matchup. Hello again, I am Andrew Pizzelli, bringing you the call here this afternoon, a gorgeous afternoon here in Middletown and on the island. The sun is shining, it's warm outside. 2 more days today and tomorrow left in March, but it feels like spring for the first time here in a while. Today's non-conference game marks the 14th meeting between Salve Regina and New England College in women's lacrosse. The Pilgrims own an 8-5 advantage in the all-time series. However, the Seahawks have won 3 in a row in this matchup since 2010. The teams last met back in the 2016 season, March 2nd of that year. Seahawks were victorious by double digits, 16-6, up in Henniker on the Pilgrims' home turf. Today for the Seahawks, not only just any other home game, it is their 5th annual Police Unity Tour game. The team for the 5th year in a row is teaming up with the Middletown Police Department and will be raising funds for the Police Unity Tour. Officer Patrick P. Monture started the tour in 1997 with the hopes of bringing public awareness of police officers who have died in the line of duty and honor their sacrifices. Since its beginning, the tour has raised nearly $23 million, which has been donated to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund. Police officers ride their bikes 300 miles, beginning in Florham Park, New Jersey, and ending at the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. The Seahawks will be selling 50-50 tickets here at halftime, and that money will go towards that fund for the Middletown Police Department and their efforts on the Unity Tour. So an amazing cause, something that the Seahawks have been a part of and proud to be a part of for the 5th year in a row. Kerry Beelan controls it here and will carry into the attacking end for the Seahawks, and they'll set up shop in the offensive end. Ryder moves it around to Doherty, who drops it, and it's loose on the ground, rolling towards the crease, and scooped up by the goalie, Mackenzie Galasso, between the pipes for the Pilgrims. Her 4th start, 6th appearance. She's given up 33 goals, and she's 2-1 on the season. Meanwhile, between the pipes for Salve Regina, Christina Myers making her 6th start and 6th appearance. And she'll be tested here early. Here come the Pilgrims. Pass in front. Turning shot off of Myers. And the rebound can't be punched home. That was Alana Scott on the doorstep. And Scott now feeds it too high for Alyssa Tercy. It'll go out of bounds. And the Pilgrims will retain possession. Myers on the year, 3-2, 24 saves, a 35.8 save percentage for her. Seahawks will control it now. Lindsay Smith had it checked free from her, trying to clear. Seahawks turn it over. Ball bouncing in front, now coming free for a shot, and a save made by Myers. That was Bainbridge on the doorstep. And you got to keep your eyes on her for the Pilgrims. Seahawks look to clear. Here comes Lindsay Smith. Smith off and running up the right side, gives it up to Ryder. Ryder will circle in now behind the cage. Flips to Katie Doherty. Doherty now trying to roll her way in front. Underhanded shot, and she scores! Goal for Katie Doherty, who leads the Seahawks in scoring, her 23rd now of the season. And 2 games ago versus Gordon, she tied a single-game program record with 8 goals. Just the 2nd time that's ever happened in Seahawks program history. And off to a quick start again here. Seahawks lead 1-0 exactly 2 minutes into the game. And that's a big swing. Bainbridge had a shot in on the doorstep that was denied by Myers. Bainbridge, she had a stellar week last week. She led the Pilgrims to a 2-0 record, and she earned herself NECC Player of the Week. She totaled 20 points last week with 16 goals and 4 assists. Nicole Smith will be in on the draw here for Salve at midfield. And it comes to Lindsay Smith. Lauren Rich was in there for the Pilgrims on the draw with Nicole Smith. Here comes Lindsay up the right side. Lindsay Smith holding it out wide, feeds it to Doherty in the corner. Now looks to lob it out high. Olivia Sliz slashing down the middle. Fires it on the goal, and it's saved by Galasso. Rebound punched around and controlled by the Pilgrims. And they'll look to clear. Circling along the near side is Molly Gingras. Actually make this Allie Freeman. Freeman looking to carry it. Gets it away to Tara Bainbridge. Bainbridge lobs it up ahead for a shot, and they score. Alana Scott receiving that lob pass from Bainbridge. And the game is quickly tied. And we'll try and get you a look at the replay of that one. And you can see here the pass comes ahead. Bainbridge just lobs it over the top, and Scott waiting for it. Raced in for the score. Game tied at 1. Seahawks 3-2 on the year, coming off a tough loss to Endicott. Seahawks played 3 straight road games since they were last here. Meanwhile, the Pilgrims 4-1 on the year. Lindsey Smith again comes away with another draw. The sister duo, the tandem there, in on the circle. Lindsey Smith feeds it a little bit behind Ryder, who was cutting towards the net. Ball loose in the corner, and it's scooped up by Katie Doherty. Now Lindsey Smith holding it out high. Back to Ryder. Doherty in the corner now. Lobs it towards Lindsey Smith. And now with the double team coming, backs it out, flips it again to Katie Doherty. Runs into a double team, hands back off to Ryder. Ryder knocked off the spot, lost the ball, and turns it over. Good, tough interior defense from the Pilgrims. Now looking to split a triple team is Lauren Rich on the run. She's bumped and fouled. Rich now lobs it ahead, taken by Sophia Castriata. Castriata back to Bainbridge, left side. Bainbridge flips it in front. Scott holding, turning, shooting, and it's saved by Myers. She can't get to the rebound. It's kicked wide of the pipe and scooped up by the Pilgrims. Bainbridge spins to the inside with a shot, and she scores. Nifty move from Tara Bainbridge. And 2 straight goals from the Pilgrims, and now they take the lead 2-1. 26:01 to play in the first. For Bainbridge, that's her 36th goal of the season. She's on a torrid pace. She's got a goal and an assist already. 45 points through 5 games and 4 minutes. Smith and Rich again in on the draw. And again, popped in the direction of Lindsey Smith, and she will scoop it on the far side. Lindsey Smith, left side, flicks it towards Megan Ryder. Back to Katie Doherty, trying to back her way in, runs into a double team and is bumped and fouled. And Doherty will get free position wide on the right side. Doherty sprinting towards the front, underhanded shot, score. 2 goals for Katie Doherty, and the game once again is tied. Katie Doherty with her 23rd and 24th goals of the season. Here to start things off for Salve. And I think this is the kind of game we should expect here today. A tight back and forth affair.
Regina goal scored by number 17, Katie Doherty.
Tie score is 2. 25-36 to go in the first half. And Rich rips the draw control away from Celia Paulskill. And outlet Scott sprinting up the right side, little stutter step, and now will take it wide. Checked by Carrie Beelan. Underhand flip behind the net to Bainbridge. Bainbridge out on the wing left side, still holding. Trying to get around. And in towards the net. Bainbridge with a shot. That's high. Trying to escape from Gabby Majensky. Pilgrims retain the ball. Wide left side, Taylor Chapin. Holding it out wide, down to 45 seconds on the shot clock. Chapin now still out on the wing left side. Looking for an outlet, gets it in front. Bainbridge trying to turn, and she's fouled in front. And this will be free position for Tara Bainbridge, excuse me. And she will take it 10 yards straight away. And we're ready to go. Bainbridge winds up, fires, and it goes wide. Pilgrims keep the ball. Flick towards the front and picked off. Beelan had it for a moment and scoops it on the near corner. Looks to outlet it towards midfield. Scoop by Maddie Tilton. And she will stick handle her way, trying to turn around Bainbridge. Tilton on the move at midfield. Lobs it into space. That one may have been deflected. And it's turned over. That one just kind of awkwardly into space. Now here comes Chapin. Long strides up the left side, trying to feed it in front. Turning, shooting, and Myers may have gotten a piece of that one, but it goes in anyways. Alana Scott just inside the right pipe. Retakes the lead for New England College. Second goal of the game now for Scott. .23:46 to go in the first half. Bainbridge was the Pilgrims' leading scorer last year in her junior year. 105 goals and 34 assists last season. Scott was right behind her. Second on the team in goals and in points. 60 goals, 73 assists. 73 total points, excuse me. And we're going to get a violation here on the draw, and maybe they'll just do it again. And they're just going to redo it. Rich and Nicole Smith. Smith squibs it into space and is bumped and fouled. And the Seahawks will take it. Possession with the clock rolling, 23:33 to go in the first half, and they trail by 1. Nicole Smith on the far side, and then lays a hard screen, getting Kylie Anderson open. Here comes Lindsay Smith down the right side, looking for an outlet, flicks it up high. Nicole Smith turns to her left, down the middle. Smith trying to fight her way towards the front of the cage, and she's fouled. Strong drive from Nicole Smith. Strong sequence in general, levying a hard screen on the far side and then aggressively going towards the cage, and she'll have free position. 10 yards straight away. Clock stopped with 23:10 to go. Smith races forward, tries to bounce it, and it goes over the cage and out of play. Seahawks will keep it. Kylie Anderson dancing out wide, gets it back to Lindsay Smith. 2 assists away from becoming the program's all-time leader in assists. Flicks it here, turning. Sliz, underhanded shot, bounces wide. Seahawks still with possession. Lindsey Smith out high. Little underhanded shot. She scores. A low roller through the wickets on Galasso. And we're tied again. 22:36 to play in the first. Fifth goal of the year for Smith.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 27, Lizzie Smith.
And Smith comes away with another draw control win. Thought she got hit up high there. Gets it away to Megan Ryder. Lindsey Smith flicks it forward into space. Sliz looking for an angle, ducks through contact and gets fouled. And now Sliz will have free position. Trying to give the Seahawks the lead back. Sliz sprints forward, fires it high, and she scores! Two straight goals now from Salve, and they retake the lead. 8th of the year for Sliz, her 3rd free position goal. Eight minutes gone. We've got 7 goals up on the board. 4-3 Seahawks lead. And the Pilgrims control the draw here. Bainbridge fires it into space. Majensky able to jump the passing lane to deflect it. And Nicole Smith gets it away to her sister Lindsay. Into the middle to Sliz, on the run now. Sliz looking to cut to the inside, is fouled by Taylor Chapin. Chapin, who was a North Atlantic Conference All-Conference player last year for the Pilgrims. Here's Nicole Smith again, looking to turn the corner. And she has it poked away. She went to fire it, gets it back, flicks it in front. Ryder feathers it over the top, and she scores! That ball just pinballed around for a moment. Came back to Nicole Smith. She got it away to Megan Ryder. And just floated over the top of Mackenzie Galasso. And the Seahawks have their largest lead now, up 5-3. And let's take a look at the replay of that one. Smith lost it right here. She went to fire, got knocked around, able to get it back. Ryder just cut to the open space and then right there just floats it over the top. Pretty looking goal.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 3, Megan Ryder.
4th goal of the year for Ryder. Lindsey Smith again skying for the draw control win. Sliz cutting to her left, tries to get it to Nicole Smith. Ball bouncing out on the perimeter, scooped up by Kylie Anderson. Anderson now walks in behind the cage, gets it away to Katie Doherty, spinning, trying to feed it in front. Knocked free in there. And loose on the ground, we have a foul, I think, going against the Seahawks, and it is. Against Ryder, trying to clear out some space in front. Seahawks turn it over, leading by 2 as we tick towards 20 minutes to play in the first half. Clock hasn't been moving much. That's because both teams have been scoring. And Anderson called for the foul. Thought she had a clean strip there off of Alyssa Tercey. Tercey gets a little body check from Anderson. And then a very late whistle. Now, I think it's the right call, but that whistle came a good 5 seconds after Anderson and given a little hip check. This has been a physical game. Tercey looking to cut down the middle. Flicks it out wide to Bainbridge. Bainbridge. Slowly walking it right side, passes it onto the wing. Pilgrim slowing things down here. Here's Scott, who's got 2 goals already behind the cage. Scott trying to sprint in front, sees a double team, sprints back to the left side now. And a pass towards the front of the net, that's deflected. Second time it's denied as well. And it'll roll out of play. Great job there by Nicole Smith. They were trying to feed Lauren Rich in front. And the Pilgrims just couldn't get it there because of Nicole Smith. Here's Bainbridge now, picked up by Majensky. Bainbridge switches to the left hand, into a double team, stumbles, nearly lost it. Lindsey Smith comes to strip it, loose on the ground. And who's going to get to it first? Scooped out towards the perimeter even farther. Coming in now is Megan Ryder, trying to scoop it. And a big fight for the ball, and they're going to say it was kicked by Salve. And it's kept, and that'll do it. That's a shot clock violation. Great defense from the Seahawks. Kylie Anderson sprinting up the middle. Anderson now down the right side, dishes it off to the left side for a shot that rolls off the pipe and then wide. And now the Pilgrims look to clear. Bouncing ball up the left side, somehow squirts through. Scott now looking for an angle for the Pilgrims. Will be chased behind the net by Alyssa Hanley. Circling all the way out in front. Scott with a shot, and she scores. Just accelerating, turning the corner. And the Pilgrims draw within 1. 17:59 to go in the first half. And head coach Bill Villarreal for Salve Regina is going to call for time. We'll take it as well. 17:59 to go in the first half. Seahawks leading 5-4. We'll be back. Welcome back to Gaudet Field. Andy Pizzelli bringing you the call here between Salve Regina and New England College. Seahawks leading 5-4, but the Pilgrims have cut into the lead. They've drawn within one with 17:59 to go in the first half of this non-conference matchup. Nicole Smith reaching for it. It's poked into the air once again and controlled by Lauren Rich. Pilgrims on the move. Rich spinning to the outside. Rich feathers it in front. Scott bounces one wide. It's going to head out of play. New England College will retain the ball. Ball bounced out on the perimeter, and it's going to go out of play. And the Pilgrims, an unforced error there. Seahawks will look to clear. Ball flicked forward and carried by Gabby Majensky. Now on the run. Here comes Kylie Anderson. Anderson to Salisbury. Bobbled it for a moment and then fed on the goal. And it goes wide. Excuse me. I think that's Maddie Villarreal. And it is. Here comes Nicole Smith down the left side. Bounces it. It goes off the ankle of Galasso and back out in front. And it's scooped by the Pilgrims. And then Costigan, looking for space, gets bumped and fouled. This one rolled out wide of Bainbridge back to the Seahawks end of the field. And Carrie Beelan, who will control it and get fouled. Nicole Smith drops it back off to Carrie Beelan. Able to get away from Scott and carry into the attacking end. Get it out wide to Megan Ryder. Katie Doherty in the corner gets it up to Nicole Smith. Sliz holding it at the point. Now Lindsay Smith left side. Seahawks leading by one. 15:42 to go. Sliz cutting towards the net. She scores. Great little give and go action there for Salve. And they reestablish a 2-goal lead. Second goal for Sliz. And I'll give you a look at this one. The Sliz just cutting into space. Getting the pass from Anderson on the left side.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 1, Olivia.
Makes it 6-4. 15:40 to go. Two goals for Sliz, 2 goals for Doherty. And then 1 goal apiece for Megan Ryder and Lindsay Smith for Salve Regina. Meanwhile, Alana Scott, 3 goals for her. Bainbridge with the other. Pilgrims control here. Bainbridge, left side, looking to get a screen, trying to float it back into the middle towards Tercey. And the Pilgrims turn it over. Nicole Smith outlets Gabby Majensky. He'll carry into the attacking end. Get it away to Steph Salisbury. Salisbury to Anderson. Anderson on the run towards the net. Lost it. Salisbury cleans it up and she scores. Largest lead of the game for either side. Salve takes a 7-4 lead. 14:42 to go in the first.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 60, Stephanie Salisbury.
Nicole Smith swats it off the draw, but it comes right back to Rich. Pilgrims control once again. Rich on the far side. New England College now trailing by 3. McNamara for the Pilgrims, holding it out at the right point. Wanted to get it inside. Now floats it behind the net, and it's picked off by Carrie Beelan. Beelan gets it to Smith, who floats it high, trying to get to Victoria Johnson. Loose at midfield. Beelan scoops it up and is able to spin through 3 players. Gets it away to Victoria Johnson. Now up the left side. Maddie Villarreal. In the corner on the far side. Katie Doherty. Zips the entry. Nicole Smith, and she scores. Eight to 4 now. And some great passing action from the Seahawks.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 2, Nicole Smith.
And Nicole Smith in on the draw here, trying to float it towards her sister Lindsay once again. And it's scooped up by Rich for the Pilgrims. And she drops it near the sideline, pressured now by Smith and Salisbury. Able to get it away to Costigan. Costigan right in front of the Seahawks bench. In danger of running out of play, gets fouled by Katie Doherty. Lindsay Smith now chasing Costigan. Gets it to Alyssa Tercey. Tercey quickly trying to get around Beelan. Floats it. Little awkward shot, little flick shot with the offhand. Wide of the net, out of play, and the Seahawks will get it. Beelan lobs to Victoria Johnson. Sidearms it up the far side. And away to Georgia Rossetti at midfield. Flick forward to Kylie Anderson. Anderson to Salisbury out on the wing. Salisbury back to Anderson. Bumped inside, and she draws a foul. Seahawks rolling right now. They lead 8 to 4. Free position for Kylie Anderson. A little just offset from the middle. 10 yards away from the goal. Actually, Anderson now is going to move to the left wing side. Off angle to the left. Free position for Anderson. Anderson races in, fires, and she scores off the free position. And it's 9 to 4, Salve Regina. 12:22 to go in the first. Seahawks starting to edge away. We had a back and forth game for a while early in this half. Seahawks have found their groove though. Nicole Smith pokes the draw into space. Still being contested, loose on the ground. Rich had it, and Nicole Smith tried to swat it free, but commits the foul. Rich away to Bainbridge. Seahawks have been locked down defensively. Have to keep your foot on the gas here. Bainbridge trying to thread the needle. She almost does. Scott pirouetting, able to flick it towards the net. And Myers there to save it. And then gives it away to Tercey. Tercey picks it off. And then she has it stripped from behind. Sliz to Maddie Tilton. Tilton will sprint into the attacking end. Gets it away to Kylie Anderson. Anderson stumbling down the middle with her shot, and it's saved. Galasso there to deny Anderson that time. Anderson, though, scoops up the loose ball off a turnover. Feeds Maddie Villarreal. Villarreal trying to flick it to Olivia Sliz, and that's turned over. Bit of a frenetic pace here as both teams keep turning it over. And we're sprinting back and forth down the field. Scott, stop and start, trying to get around Carrie Beelan. Carries in behind the net, trying to flick it out high. It'll bounce all the way out towards Nicole Smith. It was Megan Oliver who was coming down the middle towards the net. Smith checked hard, and that draws a foul at midfield. Caitlin Costigan coming in to apply the pressure. Victoria Johnson back to Nicole Smith. Salisbury right side into Katie Doherty in the corner. Behind the net to Maddie Villarreal. Villarreal sends it out to Maddie Tilton. Bounces it back out to the perimeter to Nicole Smith. Smith trying to turn on Tercey. And she's bumped and fouled. And this should be free position for Nicole Smith, and it is. With 10:18 to go in the first half, Seahawks leading 9-4, trying to crack double digits. Smith towards the net, and she scores. Another goal for Nicole Smith. And we're going to get a goalie change. Coming in is Ashley Coughlin. So Mackenzie Galasso's day is done. 10:17 left in the first half.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 2, Nicole
Coughlin, her fourth appearance of the year. She's 2-0 with 2 starts. Has made 12 saves, 37.5 save percentage. Seahawks on a roll right now. They lead 10-4. After this game was going back and forth early. Seahawks are on the run right now. Bainbridge lost it as it was coming out of her cross, but she was fouled. And this will be free position for Bainbridge. Sprinting forward, shooting, and she scores, and that ends the run. There have been 5 straight goals for the Seahawks. Bainbridge getting it to go off free position. And they're now 1 for 2 in free position shots.
goal scored by number 18, Bainbridge.
See if the Pilgrims can answer with a run of their own here. Nicole Smith in on the draw. Still contested, and Georgia Rossetti comes up with it and then just lost it. Fell out of her cross. She's able to get it back and gets it away to Lindsay Smith. Left side, Salisbury. Salisbury on the right side. We'll back it out. Flick to Lindsay Smith. Back to Salisbury. Doherty. Hands off to Villarreal, rolling in front, trying to turn back to the right side. Villarreal now back to the left. And a sea of Pilgrim players. Backs it out. Lindsay Smith zips the entry. Salisbury with a shot, and she scores. .9:01 to go in the first half. And that assist ties Lindsay Smith as the all-time leader in Seahawks program history for assists. Her 58th assist in her career.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 16, Stephanie Salisbury.
.9:01 to go in the first. Seahawks up by 6. And Nicole Smith comes away with the draw control win cleanly. Lobs it to Lindsay Smith, who needs one more assist to become the program's all-time leader. Kylie Anderson sprinting down the right side, gets it away to Maddie Villarreal. Villarreal behind the net. Villarreal gives it back to Anderson on the left side. Anderson trying to fight her way into the middle. And we're going to get a yellow card here. Well, at least that looked like to be the initial indication, but just a delayed penalty here. Delayed foul call. And so this will be free position for Kylie Anderson. And there's a little bit of a false start there from Costigan. And we'll reset. 8:23 to go in the first half. Seahawks leading 11-5. Free position here for Kylie Anderson. Anderson races forward, shoots, and the save is made. Seahawks control the rebound. Fed out high in front. Sliz gathers, fires, and it goes wide. Thought she got hit up high. It looked like she was. Villarreal trying to slash her way down the left side, able to tuck it home. Going low on Ashley Coughlin. Villarreal able to score. Didn't look like she had any angle. Went short side on Ashley Coughlin, the freshman from Danielsville, Pennsylvania. Thirteenth goal of the year for Villarreal.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 6, Maddie Villarreal.
Largest lead now for Salve. They push it up to 7 goals with 7:57 to go in the first half. And Rich Comes away cleanly with the draw. Pilgrims looking to string together some goals here. Get themselves back in this one. It was a back and forth game early. We were tied at 4. Bainbridge trying to fire it on the net, and Myers makes the save. And outlets Lindsay Smith with a lot of green in front of her. Smith sprinting into the attacking end, fakes the pass. Smith now free down the middle, gives it up left side. Anderson trying to fight her way towards the net, looking to get it away to Villarreal, who scoops it up, tries to fight through 3 players, and she's fouled on her way to the cage. Free position for Maddie Villarreal. Villarreal sprinting in, and she's knocked down in front. No call. Big stop there for the Pilgrims. Katie Doherty trying to strip it from behind and comes up with the ball and then is fouled by Scott. And that one just a little bit of a frustration foul from Scott. Just kind of nonchalantly reaching out and swiping at Doherty. Kylie Anderson turns the corner right side, falling down. Awkward tumble there for Kylie Anderson. Pilgrims get the ball, and Anderson seems to be okay. Coughlin, long toss, and that one's going to be too high, and the Pilgrims turn it over. Lindsay Smith trying to thread the needle, and she does, to Kylie Anderson. Right side now, Olivia Sliz. Doherty behind the net to Villarreal. Lobs it in front to Smith, who was crashing the cage, and it's swatted away from her and turned over to the Pilgrims with 5:45 to go in the first. And the Pilgrims give it right back. Here's Olivia Sliz. Sliz quickly down the middle with a shot, and that one's blocked in front. Don't think it ever got all the way in on Ashley Coughlin. And a foul here near midfield against Salve Regina. Pilgrims with the ball. So we tick towards 5 minutes to play in the first half. Scott able to bounce it past Myers. That makes it 12-6. Another goal for Alana Scott. Her 4th of the afternoon.
Scored by number 19, Alana Scott.
This will be Celia Paulskill in on the draw. And they just award it to the Pilgrims. Paulskill chasing Rich now. Strips the ball and gets the ground ball. And Paulskill just had her cross ripped right away from her. Here comes Megan Oliver on the run, turned aside by Myers. Celia Paulskill just had her entire stick just ripped out of her hands. Surprised we didn't see a whistle there. Now the ball given back to Christina Myers. Seahawks will look to clear. It goes off of Gabby Majensky, kicked towards midfield, and the Pilgrims will get it. Taylor Chapin directing traffic, calling out a play to her teammates. Now looks to sprint in front. Chapin trying to go over the top of Myers. It's stuffed. And the ball loose off to the side of the cage, controlled by the Pilgrims. Rich lobs it to Bainbridge. Bainbridge, little head fake, trying to get room for a shot, and it's stripped. Loose on the ground, Victoria Johnson comes up with it and able to escape and get it out towards Carrie Beelan. Fields it on the run at midfield. Beelan gives it up to Kylie Anderson. Anderson now stick handling her way into the attacking end. We'll take it wide left side and circle in behind the cage with 3.5 to play in the first half. Maddie Villarreal into the corner left side. Lobbed up top to Maddie Tilton. Along the near side, Madison Hart. Back into the corner to Kylie Anderson. Now Katie Doherty. Villarreal behind the net, trying to get it in front to Salisbury, and she scores. (13-6) with 2:54 to play in the first half.
Scored by number 16, Stephanie Salisbury.
This game was tied 4-4. Since then, a 9-2 run for Salve Regina to take control. And it's really been at both ends for Salve. Ball bounced in towards the slot. Scott trying to turn with it. And then commits a foul. Trying to slap it away from Christina Myers. Turnover for New England College. Myers, long lob pass. And that one's going to kick out of play. Clock rolling here. Ball bouncing out near midfield. Katie Doherty can't scoop it. Off of Celia Polskill at midfield. Sliz, though, will clean it up. Sliz runs into a double team. Her pass is swatted right back to her. She make that handling. And here comes Lindsay Smith, looking for one more assist to become the program's all-time leader. Here comes Katie Doherty, fighting with an underhanded shot that kicks wide. 1 minute to play in the first half. This game was seesawing back and forth through the first 10 minutes. And then the Seahawks found another gear and have started to pull away. It's 13-6 here in the final minute of the first half. A 9-2 scoring run. Alana Scott, who does have 4 goals for the Pilgrims. A lone bright spot here in the first half for New England College. Scott holding it now. Trying to back down Carrie Beelan. Scott fighting her way to the front with an over-the-shoulder shot that goes wide. That was a behind-the-back shot. Here's Bainbridge. Another shot saved by Myers. Rebound scooped up by Polskill. And she'll hold it and let the final seconds tick off the clock in the first half. Things were tight early. We were tied at 4. The Seahawks, though, outscored the Pilgrims 9-2 to close out the first half, and they'll lead 13-6 as we have reached halftime. We will step aside and take a break, and then be back with the call of the second half here from Gaudet Field. You're watching Salve Regina and New England College non-conference women's lacrosse matchup here on the Salve Athletics Network. We'll be back. Welcome back to Gaudet Field here in Middletown, Rhode Island. Salve Regina leading New England College 13-6 as we get ready for the start of the second half. Andrew Pizzelli here bringing you the call this afternoon. Gorgeous afternoon in Middletown. Seahawks and the Pilgrims were tied at 4, but the Seahawks closed the half on a 9-2 scoring run. Steph Salisbury with 3 goals for Salve Regina. Sliz, Nicole Smith, Katie Doherty, each with 2 goals. Ryder, Villarreal, and Lindsay Smith, each with a goal apiece, and Anderson with a goal. For the Pilgrims, just 2 players have scored. Tara Bainbridge with 2, and then Alana Scott leads all scorers with 4 goals in the first half. And it was a tight, physical back and forth first 10 minutes or so of the first half, and then the Seahawks just found another gear and have been able to pull away. And we'll see how the second half starts off. It's really been the transition game for the Seahawks, getting stops and then getting out and running. They have 4 free position goals in the game as well, and that's a result of that ability to get out in transition and run and draw fouls. Seahawks start the half here by turning it over. Here comes Bainbridge quickly up the left side. Bainbridge runs into a wall and lost the ball. Beeland to Lindsay Smith, who needs 1 more assist to become the program's all-time leader. Here comes Sliz into the attacking end. Back to Nicole Smith. Lindsay Smith out high. Nicole Smith trying to thread the needle. 2 players collide. Both are down, and no whistle either way. And we'll play on. That was Katie Doherty getting into a collision with McNamara, I believe. Free ball out near the top of the arc in the Seahawks defensive zone, grabbed by Majensky. And so a little sloppy to start things off here for both sides. A couple of turnovers right out of the gate. And Lindsay Smith will hold it here and slow things down. Seahawks get the play call from the sideline from head coach Bill Villarreal, who's in his 5th season. Katie Doherty in the corner. Maddie Villarreal now behind the net. Out wide to Kylie Anderson. You sometimes forget about the shot clock because the Seahawks move so fast, but now they're down to 40 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Lindsay Smith. Smith trying to thread the needle to Sliz. It broke towards the goal. Do they score? They do! Smith trying to get that one to Sliz. I mean, are they going to rule that a goal? Seems they will. And so they're going to give the assist to Lindsay Smith. And with that assist, a new program record. Talk about a wacky goal. So for Lindsay Smith, her 59th career assist. And that's a new program record for Salve in their history. And it gives the Seahawks a 14-6 lead.
And congratulations to number 27.
And here comes Lindsay Smith in front of Salisbury, and her shot denied by Coughlin. As public address announcer Richie Lester just let the crowd know that Smith reset that record. Here's Sliz on the doorstep. She scores again, this time from Anderson. Two quick goals for Olivia Sliz. Gives the Seahawks a 9-goal lead.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 1, Olivia.
And head coach Bill Villarreal got the ball from the official. I think that's the ball that Sliz scored that first goal with. And I'm sure he's hanging on to that to give to Lindsey Smith later on tonight. Off the draw, Bainbridge does control. Pilgrims trying to avoid falling behind by double digits. Bainbridge now into a triple team left side. Has to circle out high with it now. Bainbridge. Again, trying to back her way in. Now turns the corner on Sliz. Lost the ball. Gets it back. Flicks it to Rich. Fires it towards the net. Blocked and controlled by Myers. Majensky flicks it to Kylie Anderson. Absorbs a hit. Gets it away to Carrie Beelan. Beelan lobs it up ahead of the field. Salisbury. And a foul called against the Pilgrims. And now free position here for Steph Salisbury. Salisbury fires it and it goes wide. Villarreal trying to back her way in. Throws it on the goal. She rings it off the bar and in. And the Seahawks have a double-digit lead. (16-6). And not much better of a start to the second half that you could ask for Salve. And the clock rolling now with the double-digit differential.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 6, Maddie Villarreal.
Lindsey Smith comes away with the draw. She's had an excellent afternoon in the circle. Smith now will pull it out high. Trying to drop it down to Maddie Hart. Now back to Lindsey Smith. Smith gives it up to Kylie Anderson. Anderson dancing through the slot. Now backs it out high, gives it back to Lindsey Smith. Olivia Sliz now. Hart holding at the point. Shot towards the net. They score. Sliz again. Seahawks really starting to pull away now. Up by 11. And they're having a party down on the sideline after each of these goals. Team giving a different little dance and celebration. And it's a good bounce back game for them. They had a tough game up in Beverly earlier this week against Endicott. The defending regular season and conference tournament champion from a year ago. The Seahawks happy to be home. and playing well here this afternoon in this non-conference meeting with the Pilgrims. And they've really put the clamps down. Bainbridge now trying to back her way in, looking for space. Dances it back out wide. Great job shutting down Bainbridge in front of the net. Freeman now holding behind the cage. A 13-2 scoring run. Since this game was tied 4-4 early on in the first half. And the Seahawks will get it back. Leading by 11. And with the clock rolling. 22-42 and counting. Myers trying to lob it towards Hanley. Checked away from her, loose on the ground, but she's able to recover it. And avoid turning it over to Bainbridge. Now Victoria Johnson fires it across the field. Sliz has been on a tear here to start this second half. Sprints around Tercey. Now Sliz into the attacking end, gets it away to Kylie Anderson. Anderson right side, trying to drop it back in front. Salisbury with a shot, saved by Coughlin. Rebound loose in the slot and scooped up and controlled by the Seahawks. Coming in to take that one away was Olivia Parizo, and then Anderson knocked down hard in the slot. And Kylie Anderson earns herself free position. Anderson racing in, trying to shoot, and it's blocked. Baldwin trying to scoop it up on the doorstep, and it's controlled by the Pilgrims. Knocked away loose in the corner, and taken now by Caitlin Costigan. And Costigan gets fouled. Pilgrims will have possession here. I think they're just going to reset where everybody should be. Clock continues to roll. Anderson with the hard hit there on Alyssa Tercey. Tercey into a double team along the near side, bounces it in front of Costigan. Rolling up the sideline, taken and held by Bainbridge, trying to get it back to Costigan, and it's picked off. Baldwin now with it for Salve. Baldwin trying to get around Molly Gringras. Baldwin behind the net. Lobs two steps, Salisbury on the near side. Up to Parizo. Now Lindsay Smith. Seahawks trying to make a sub. They bring Maddie Hart on for Olivia Sliz. Baldwin behind the cage, out to Salisbury in the corner. Lost it for a moment. Bouncing on the ground and scooped up by Taylor Chapin. Lacrosse sprinting left side. Trying to flick it back to Scott, and it's picked off by Lindsay Smith. Played too high for Maddie Hart, and then taken by Tercey. She's off and running. Left side, Tercey dropped it. Picked up by Parizo now. And then Parizo bumped and fouled on the run by Alana Scott, the senior from Huntington, Vermont. Seahawks in control. Clock rolling, 19:10 to go in the second half. Seahawks leading by 11. Long lob pass intended for Scott. And she's able to collect it off the ricochet. And will hold in the corner and wait for reinforcements. Scott Left side picked up by Gabby Majensky, trying to back her way in. Low shot, turned aside by Myers. Rebound collected by the Pilgrims, and then the shot is sent high and wide. And then it's turned over. Myers now will look to clear for Salve. Myers bounces it out to Victoria Johnson. Johnson to Kylie Anderson. Parizo on the run. Hit up high by Scott. Parizo trying to fight her way towards the net. Fouled out high, or are they going to call it the other way? And they will. Offensive foul against Olivia Parizo. $17:25 to go in the second half. And the teams right now trading turnovers. And Scott, great hustle to keep that one in. Zipped the entry to Bainbridge on the run with a shot. She scores. Wow, what a goal from Bainbridge. Scott, that all starts. Scott hustled to keep that in along the sideline. And then was able to thread the needle to Bainbridge, who cut to her left, and then was able to tuck it back inside the right pipe. And we'll get a second look at this one.
Goal scored by number 18.
Right there, Bainbridge makes this move to the right, to the left, and then just keeps her cross to her right side. Got Myers to slide. That makes it a 10-goal game. And if the Pilgrims can get another one here, that will at least keep the clock from continuing to run and give them a chance to make some sort of comeback. Right now it's rolling with 16:03 to play in the second half. Lindsey Smith fouled off the draw. And then Smith lost it. Here comes Scott with Bainbridge way ahead of the field, and the ball will bounce away from her and come to Christina Myers. Break there for Salve. Scott just couldn't thread the needle that time. Here comes Kylie Anderson. Anderson down the middle. Will stick handle and hold in behind the net. Gets it away to Katie Doherty. Fighting her way in front with a low shot, and she scores. That's a big swing. Pilgrims inches away from getting it back to Bainbridge, and she would have had a free run at Christina Myers. And a chance to get within 9. Instead, Seahawks get the stop, they counter, and it's back to an 11-goal game. (18-7). With the clock rolling, 14:37 to go. And another goal for Doherty. And the Pilgrims come away with the draw. Bainbridge gets another great pass from Scott. Bainbridge, again trying to turn to the inside, is bumped and fouled. Three goals for Doherty, 3 for Salve, 5 in the game for Olivia Sliz for Salve. Free position here for Bainbridge with a low shot, and that one steered aside by Myers. Pilgrims keep it. Pass inside. Chapin looking for space, blocked off by Hanley and Lindsey Smith. Chapin again, trying to make her move, stripped of the ball. Swatted by Nicole Smith out to the perimeter. Scooped and kept alive by Allie Freeman. Freeman dropped it. Tilton had it for a moment. Everybody looking around for the ball. Chapin grabs it out at the point. Victoria Zazowski. And a screen called here, and I think this might be an offensive foul. Illegal screen called against Taylor Chapin. So the Seahawks will get the ball back, leading 18-7. Majensky able to get it away to Carrie Beelan. Lob to Kylie Anderson. Anderson drops it into the corner to Maddie Villarreal. Seahawks in the driver's seat, leading by 11 as we tick towards 12 minutes to play in the second half. Entry to Nicole Smith. Turns and fires, and it goes wide. Seahawks keep the ball. Maddie Villarreal trying to work one-on-one. Villarreal into a double team. Trying to fire it into the middle. Pass deflected by Chapin. Ball still loose. Villarreal and Chapin fighting for it near midfield. And Chapin able to come up with it and now trying to race away from Maddie Tilton. Chapin picked up by Victoria Johnson. Johnson with her stride for stride down the left side. Entry too high for Scott. And the ball out on the perimeter, scooped up by Olivia Sliz. Sliz gets it away to Carrie Beelan, and she will clear midfield. Beelan to Kylie Anderson. Anderson, no-look pass to Maddie. Hard with a shot, and she scores. Make that Maddie Villarreal. It looked like Anderson looked off Villarreal and then got her the ball. 19-7. And we tick under 11 to play. Clock rolling with the double-digit differential. Seahawks trying to improve to 3-0 at home, and they have topped 20 goals in their previous two home games, 20-4 against Rhode Island College and then 31-0 in their first game of the season back on March 9. It's been 3 straight road games for the Seahawks. They went 1-2 in those games.
Everyone could please take out their tickets. We'll now be announcing the winner of the 50-50 raffle.
Nicole Smith gets the pass here to Maddie Tilton. Entry towards Olivia Sliz, a little bit behind her, knocked away.
The winning number is going to be 439181. Again, that is 439181.
Lacrosse has it checked free. Pilgrims keep it in though. This has really been a lockdown defensive performance for Salve. It's around the 10-minute mark of the first half. Pass gets through to Scott, and she sends one wide. Ripping that one on the cage, just turning and firing. We're going back and forth. Entry in front for a shot that's bounced high and wide. That's Madison Lacrosse on the doorstep. Bainbridge looking to post up Johnson. Turns inside with a shot. Turned away by Myers. Fight for the rebound, kept alive out wide by Rich for the Pilgrims. Now they need goals, and they need them in a hurry. 8.5 to go. Nicole Smith swats the ball away, and we have a player down for the Pilgrims. Smith knocked the ball away, and then there was a bit of a collision. I think that might be Alyssa Tercy, not quite sure. And it is, and she's able to get up. Just a little shaken. A nice warm round of applause from the Seahawks home crowd for Tercy. That stops the clock momentarily. But there's 8.5 to play here in the second half. Salve with the ball, leading 19-7. Trying to crack the 20-goal mark in all of their home games. Carrie Beelan lobs it into the corner. In front, Katie Doherty with an angle. She rings it off the pipe, and it goes in. th goal for the Seahawks here today with 8 minutes to go in the second half.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 17, Katie Doherty.
Nicole Smith reaches for and has the draw control win. Gets it away to Olivia Sliz. Lindsay Smith holding it out high. Smith reset the Seahawks all-time program record for her career assists, her 59th of her career here today. And there's another bright spot on another good day for the Seahawks. Doherty ducking through contact, will flick it out wide. 6:27 to go. Now Lindsay Smith will just hold. This was a back and forth game early on. Seahawks just made their move and have never looked back. Anderson trying to turn the corner is bumped and fouled. And that'll give her free position with 6 minutes to play here in the second half. Seahawks 4 for 8 in free position goals. Anderson will stand about 10 yards, just a little offset to the right. On free position, working against Ashley Coughlin. She'll sprint in, fire, and Coughlin makes the save. And now the Pilgrims will look to clear. Near side. Ball checked away at midfield. Pilgrims will keep it. That's Ashley McNamara. And Sliz pokes it away from her. Coming in to get it was Ayu Sakamoto. But she commits a foul, and the Pilgrims will keep the ball. As we approach 5 minutes to play with the running clock. Rich trying to sprint away from Hanley left side. Looks to lob the entry. That's poked away and stolen by Lindsay Smith. And a great day for Smith at both ends of the field. And it's really been all phases working for Salve. Sakamoto dancing, will drop it back off to Lindsay Smith into the midfield to Olivia Sliz, and the Seahawks can't think about running some clock. Liz. Hard into contact, lost the ball, and they play on. And now Lindsay Smith will hold it out wide. Doherty had Elizabeth Baldwin flashing through the slot. Now trying to get it away to Anderson, and she scores! Doherty finding Anderson again. And the Seahawks add to their totals. And I'll take this time to remind you that friends of Seahawk Athletics are invited to participate in the Seahawk Open. This golf tournament for Salve Regina Athletics is scheduled on Monday, April 29th at Middletown's Wanamatonomi Golf and Country Club. For more information, please check out the Seahawk Open on our website under Inside Athletics. There's plenty of spots left open for this tournament. Should be a great day out at Wanamatonomi.
Anderson.
And again, that's Monday, April 29th for the Seahawk Open. Go to the Salve Athletics website and go under the Inside Athletics tab, and you can find out more information about becoming a part of that. And if you'd like to be a sponsor, you can also find that information there. .320 and counting to go here in the second half. Seahawks are going to improve to 3-0 at home this year, topping 20 goals in each of the 3 games. They've scored 20 or more goals in each of their wins this year. Here comes Alana Scott streaking up the right side. Scott in front, she scores. My goodness, what a shot from Scott. In a flash, getting up the field. And she has been a bright spot here today for the Pilgrims. I'll give you a second look at that goal. Scott took it wide and then just cut back in front. That's just a little backhanded flick. Crafty goal from Alana Scott. That's her 5th of the afternoon. Pilgrims come away with another draw. Scott with it out high, trying to fight her way into the middle, drop the ball. And we have a foul inside. We'll see which way this is going. It's going to be against Salve. And it'll be free position for Scott. Scott trying to go low on Myers, and she's there to deny that. Lindsay Smith up the field. And Kylie Anderson had to go over her head on the ground and taken by Costigan. And Anderson trying to rip it right back. Ball kicked in towards the Seahawks attacking end. Katie Doherty will scoop it. And outlet Elizabeth Baldwin. Baldwin trying to turn the corner and get around Juliana Kelvin. Kylie Anderson holding out wide as we approach the final minute. Baldwin wanted to make a move towards the net. Anderson back to Baldwin with single coverage, trying to get towards the front with a shot. She scores! First career goal for Elizabeth Baldwin. You can hear the celebration from the Seahawks bench. And that just about sums it up for the Seahawks here today. This game looked like we were in for a battle when it was 4-4 and we were going back and forth. And pretty much since then, it has been a party for the Seahawks. And they're going to feel good about this one after coming off a tough loss to Endicott earlier this week. And we may not even get this draw away with the final seconds ticking off the clock. 5 seconds left. And the players in on the circle. They do get the draw away. Nicole Smith wins it. And that'll do it. The Seahawks make their move, and they never look back. This game was tied 4-4. The Seahawks finish on an 18-4 scoring run, and just a dominant performance at both ends of the field. Once they made their adjustments, they improved to 4-2 on the year, 3-0 here at Gaudet Field. The Pilgrims, meanwhile, fall to 4-2 on the season. Next up, for Salve Regina, they'll be right back here. This was the first of 4 straight home games. The Seahawks will host Curry on April 2nd at 7 p.m. A big Commonwealth Coast Conference game for Salve Regina in that one. I'd like to thank our entire staff and production crew. Madison Jalbert providing the camera work here this afternoon. Grace Murphy and Logan Marsh helping to provide live statistics. And Tyler Benjamin providing some photography from around the field that'll be available later on the Salve Athletics website. Once again, your final: Salve Regina 22, New England College 8. The Seahawks win here today on their Police Unity Tour game, a great cause that they have been a part of for 5 straight years now, helping to raise money and awareness for fallen law enforcement officers. They had a 50-50 raffle here at the game, and those proceeds will help go towards the Middletown Police Department's efforts in the Police Unity Tour, a foundation that has raised over $23 million for the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund. A great cause and a great day for Salve, getting the victory here at home. Your final: Salve Regina 22, New England College 8. I'm Andrew Pizzelli. Have a good afternoon, everyone.